Yeah, we're right here on YouTube, and we are once again coming to our mentorship class. Um, we are streaming online right now to deal with the issue of mentorship class. And Abwese has just joined us to share the slides, uh, to share the slides of what we're going to discuss today. We are in the mentorship class 4. That's the 4th time we're on this program. And we'll be trying to see whether we can mentor, especially our colleagues and extension the public space on how to handle our businesses so that it does not boomerang. We're in the HC. We've done the business and crisis situation that if it's not well handled, it's a killer. Then we're on we've done the rough patch changing situations and our hatch changing situations. And then we've done on cash flow. And today we are going to deal with credibility. The forces behind credibility is smart. It's the spring of business. It's the driving force of business. It's the driving force of life. By extension, it is the driving force on business. So if we go foul of it, we are going to run into serious problem. We'll start sharing our slides right from now so that we'll be able to deal with our situation. Crisis situation is a killer. Hatch business changing situation is a killer. And cash flow, if not well managed, is a business killer. Credibility is number one in terms of killing. Is the center focus of killing business. Where we go with quotes. The first, if the slide will come on by our Abwese, first of all, I will if the slide will come up by Abwese to start sharing our slides. Slide number 1. In real perspective, we deal first of all, we deal with some star quotes. We deal with some star quotes before we start. We normally start with either adage or quotes. And the first quote, the slides are not yet on, but I think I have some of it. The first quote is from Winston Churchill, who says that attitude is a little thing, but makes great difference. Attitude is a little thing, but makes great difference. If you have the wrong attitude, you have wrong result. You have the difference in the negative side of history. If you have the positive attitude, you have great, you have it on the positive side of history. So try to have a great attitude that is all-embracing, all-encompassing, and all-involving. The second one is things do not get better unless you think better. Things do not get better unless you think better. If you think worse, things will get worse for you. That is an anonymous statement. If you think bad, things will get bad for you. But if you think good, things will go good for you. If you think best will will get better for you. So, but the star point in our quote today is Zig Ziglar, who said, "Your attitude, not your aptitude. Your attitude, not your aptitude, will determine your altitude." So, for those of us in on YouTube, for
Boss,
those of us
answer.
on you, yeah, you're welcome. For those of us on, for those of us on YouTube, what you will do is you pass your comments on YouTube
Very well,
comment
sir.
box. Yes, you pass your comments on YouTube comment side.
I will.
Yeah,
Sir?
we started.
Yes,
We
sir.
started. Please, we started. Don't truncate
I
us,
will check
please.
out, sir.
Yes. So we've started. So what happened is that if you pass your comments, and as you are passing your comments, yeah, you will be capturing it and will be answering your questions. Yeah. When you look at attitude, if A is 1, T is 20, I is 9, that is at the position they are in alphabetical order. Any letter you fix on attitude, U supposed to be 21, D is supposed to be 4, and 5, like A, B, C, D, E, 5. When you add them up, you see that attitude gives you 100%. Hard work can give you 98%, but knowledge can give you 96%. But attitude is what will give you 100%. And that is why Winston Churchill said that attitude is a little thing, but makes great difference. Let's go to slide 2. Then if you are in business, there are some star points of what you are going to think and in business. And what are the star points? If you want your business to thrive, you have to be incredibly credible. That is, you have to be overtly credible, not covertly. That there's no spot in credibility you'll be found wanting. Because this is what the people are looking at, whether it's in your service, whether it's in your marketing skills, whether in your training skills, whether in your production skills, whether in your on the products. Everything has to be incredibly credible, not spotless. What Latin word we say, macula non esite, no, non estinte. No, it's spotless. Then most times people don't really buy what you have, but who you are. People don't buy what you have, but who you are. If you present yourself wrongly, people will perceive you wrongly. And if people perceive you wrongly, they will run away. They will run away from you. In all honesty, and anything that drives away people from you, everything that drives away people from you, in all sincerity, you will not get it back. It's a very costly exercise. Do you show up on time for delivery? You are telling somebody you are going to get this thing today. Meanwhile, you know that in 1 year, the person will not get it because you want to emasculate everything. But if you can tell people that you can't deliver it, see when I will deliver it. Or you give it a leverage time. Like me, if my things are coming to Ibadan, let's say to Enugu, I'll tell you in 3 days' time you will have it. And within that 3 days, you will have it. And not that you will have it tomorrow by 6 o'clock. Meanwhile, in the evening, they're waiting. And when people fixate their minds on when they're getting something, they don't get it. It becomes worrisome. And in business, when people and customers are worrisome on you, if they are worrisome on you, definitely they will not flow with you. Mind you, there are competitors around they can go to. You are not the alter ego. You are not practicing non-competitive business. You are not, which is monopoly. You are not. Even our products we claim we have monopoly. our products like Verzyme, we are 98% in terms of the market space when it comes to pet vitamin. But there's still that 2% that can expand and eat up that your 98%. You start struggling with 10% or start struggling with 2%. Don't give chance to chance. Do you deliver what you promised? You mean you cannot do this? And what is one thing some of our colleagues, I've seen somebody who went and operated a dog that he knows he can't operate. We are not the be-all and end-all in this industry. There are people who have better expertise and skill. And then the dog died. This is what you would have referred to somebody that you know that can do it. But you claim you will do it, and then you do it wrongly. You are not in obstetrics. Even if you are in GP, you're not in obstetrics. There are even in GP, there are people who are doing it better, who have done it for 10 years. And imagine there are some situations that arise that are peculiar, that they are idiosyncratic. How do you handle such skill? Okay, how do you handle such skill? Do you have a signature of excellence? Do you have a signature of excellence on what you do? Do you have a signature of excellence on what you do? Do you try what you cannot do for people because of showmanship, because of undue gallantry, because of undue bravado? And you know you can't be able to do it. There are things, start handling the ones you can do. Start handling the ones you can do. How do you treat customer satisfaction? How do you treat customer satisfaction? How? Then our credibility is our walking billboard. In all honesty, our credibility is our walking billboard. Most businesses operate on referral. And people are ready to refer to others, to you. Are you, in all honesty, can you do what you say you can do? And that's where skill acquisition continues. If you have skill expansion, skill acquisition is one. Most of us that do, some of us that do service delivery. Then there's what we call skill expansion. And that is why you do it. You are training to it, you are retrained, training and retraining and retraining and retraining until you finish you're doing business in this planet. You need to be retrained. You need to be retrained. You need to be retrained and make yourself at the end, make yourself contagiously referable. And on this note, I will start giving you some of the examples I have tried to state it bullet by bullet, but there are some what do you call it? There are some examples I need to give. Then before we call it. Before we call it a day, there are some examples we need to work on. But before then,
the Center for Critical Information and Update on Technology and please like, subscribe, and share. TV, the professional.
Yeah, I think we are back.
The audio is not coming out.
To Impact YouTube channel, the Center for Credible Information and Update on Latest Technology and Veterinary Practice. For more information, please like, subscribe, and share. Impact TV is channel for excellence and professionalism.
Yeah, I think we should
The
we should get out of here.
the audio was not so good, sir.
You said?
The audio was not so good.
Okay, okay. So that's okay. That's the audio from where?
From the video.
Okay, it's okay. But let's move on. We are past that stage. Next time we'll correct ourselves. Now, are you hearing me now?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, let's get to the experiences I've had on this. I want to go back to slide 3 or slide 2. Share slide 2. Hello? Is our voice gone? Anyway, what experience do I have that will be able to expand on these things? The experience I have that will be able to expand on these things. Timmy, can you play the video? Sorry, the PowerPoint. Do you have the PowerPoint? Can you share the PowerPoint?
Yes, yes. I'm trying to share it now.
Share the PowerPoint for us. So that it will remove this. Now what are we talking about? Actually, the video we had, which Timmy is saying is not good, is for those watching to click the subscription button and then be able to support what we're doing by clicking the notification, so that when next time it's come up, they will be notified, and algorithm will make our video to travel far, because we need our video to travel far. Then the concept we want to deal with now is to have examples. What are the examples I've had and experienced? Experience 1 is with the what do you call it? Our clients, our customers. If you're bad at customer, we have shut down. Marketers have shut down a lot of entrepreneurial business. Marketers had shut down because there's a place we discuss who is good and who is not good in this business. There's a farm in the East. The owner of the farm that started that farm, if you supply him today, he will pay you tomorrow. And people were rushing until the man became old and the children took over and start owing and start expanding beyond their reach. That is one thing about business. Don't go beyond your reach because you want to acquire everything. If you try to acquire everything, you might end up acquiring nothing. So immediately their father, became old. Their father became old, and then they start owing. And people start telling other people, don't do business with these people. Don't do business with these people. That farm has collapsed. That farm is in the hand of receivers now. You can see what credibility. How credibility is a driving force in people's business. One other man in Kanu, he was going in owing people. And one thing is, I travel far. Not talk about now we're in digital age. And we shut this business I'm talking about was shut down in the analog age where the information flow is not as tidy as it is today. The information flow was not as tidy. People don't do business with this man. This man will owe you. Don't go near. At the end of the day, nobody supplied him. And the man went out of business. This my number one product now, Vetzyme. It was produced by Philip Yeast originally, and we had an original, their original partner in Nigeria who market their products, who even made the products to be known before we came in. It was later I realized, because I was started not seeing the product. When I applied, then when they transferred the product from Philip Yeast to Seven Seas, was when we came on board. We wrote and wrote and wrote. Seven Seas did not reply. It turned out later, I found out that Philip Yeast, on transferring the product to Seven Seas, told them, do business with Nigeria. That Nigerians are criminals. Don't even try it. And in strict sense, at that time, our credibility in international market is at low ebb because of this 419 kind of thing. But fortunately for me, I had somebody in London who spoke to them with the London number, and they responded. And they said, and he spoke to them. I said, let's give these people a trial. And that was how we were giving trial. Now, Philip Yeast had transferred that product to Bob Martins, which we all know. I was discussing with Bob Martins. I was telling them, when I had first meeting with them, I hope you're not going to treat me like Seven Seas. I said, first of all, they gave me 4-star hotel, from 3 hotel to 3-star. One day they said I should come and go. They don't have money to accept. But the woman said, but we are surprised because they wrote good report about you. And that's why we are looking for you. Meanwhile, when they got this product from Philippines, they said, don't do business with Nigeria. Am I not a Nigerian? And now I have been given, it's just like I don't have, I've been given a go-ahead to represent Bob Martin in some section of Africa using the tools we used in Nigeria, because to them we are doing well now in Africa, and then we are number one in Africa in terms of marketing their product. Now we can go to some section of Africa where they don't exist and use our strategy in Nigeria to drive. You can see our credibility. What is it? What is it that made us to move? Well, we did good in marketing, but the one thing that drive us was the credibility, because if we are not credible, they will not continue with us when they are transferring to Bob Martins. Even Bob Martins have moved beyond doing business with Nigeria and told us to go and look for business in Central and East Africa for them, and West Africa for them. So you can see the driving for, if we had eaten their money like the first person Jokerson did to Philip Yeast, what they would have done, told the Bob Martin, don't do business with Nigerians. Meanwhile, they wrote good report about us. Try to be credible as much as possible. And if you're given a piece of cake to manage it well. From managing it well, you can be given a full cake to manage. If you are found wanting in little things, you'll be found wanting in greater things. And nobody wants to anybody to find wanting. Okay, look at this. If I tell you that it's 50 doses of rabies that put me on the international market, 50 doses. It looks to me, when I look at it, one Larry Bewell from Plateau State, who worked with the American Embassy, and then American Embassy has a consular office in Kaduna, Masca Road, Kaduna. After retiring, they gave him 2 options. Option 1, to pay him and he remain in Nigeria, or to accept a resident permit. They'll be given resident permit to be in United States. The man said he's too old to travel, started a poultry farm. They got in touch with me. And then somebody referred them to me. And I started it. And the man told me one day that he went to VOM because he's from Plateau. He went to VOM to buy vaccines or whatever. And they gave him, instead of giving him Lasota, they gave him 50 doses of rabies. They had, as at that time, I was a very poor man. I was very poor. Poor in the strict sense of poor because I was living far below poverty level. He gave me that product. I went and the way I marketed I returned the 50 doses of rabies, returned them on 10 naira. That was 500 naira then. Even if it is 1,000 naira now, 50 would have been 50,000. I would have, that 50, if I have eaten that 500 naira or 50,000 naira equivalent now, it would have been a disaster for me. But because I handed him back the money, I did not have money. I was struggling. At the end, when we finished that batch, they decided to relocate to America. And that's how they got me a place. In fact, when we started again, these Americans said, we are not giving our account number to any Nigerian. He gave his account number. Unfortunately, the people he got me was close. It was close. No, my uncle, first of all, got me, when he was coming on back on holiday, got me some few. I said he will not do it again. That's originally. And then he was the one who refigured them out again because they're sharing the same, what do you call it? They're sharing the same area code. In terms of, they were in Fresno. He was in Stockton. He still lives in Stockton. And he was paying money into the account. I will pay money into his account in Bank of America. He will pay into the account. In fact, this first one, he brought it himself because he was coming back to Nigeria. That was 1992 April for Easter. He brought it accompanied. And next time, subsequent ones, before they could be able to give me the account, I started dealing straight with me. If I had eaten that 500 naira, what would have been my fate today? What would have been my fate? My fate today with 50 doses of rabies. I would have eaten the money. But you can see, with that money, I know how much in millions I made. And when he came back, this first batch he brought back for me. He told me, if not for the way you handled my farm and the way you handled that money, that trust I gave you, I wouldn't have brought this thing in for you. You can see that credibility drives people far. So in anything you're doing, don't think you're smart. For most of my colleagues that try to outsmart me, outsmarted themselves. One of them, when I sacked him, he went to work with one of my distributors. And my distributor, not even working with my distributor, he was using my distributor as a contact point to get farmers who he will work for. After about 2 months, he ran away from there. And if you see those people who have tried to cheat, in the end, they will be cheated out of life and out of business. You see them struggling. And that's one thing I tell people. There are mistakes you make in life. It will take you a whole cycle of your life. You will not be able to correct it. Even in the grave, it will be difficult for you. For those alive, those that lives after you, it will be difficult for them to continue with that your mistake. That your mistake will be dating them. Predated will be post-dating them. So why make such mistakes? One simple mistake, and most of them are credibility. One simple mistake you make can take you out of existence in life. It would have been life in struggle. Don't try to live a life in struggle as a recompense to the life you've lived out of incredibility. Look at the second of the bullet point I'm seeing now on the screen shared. Our credibility is our walking billboard. Most businesses grow through referrals, and people would only refer you to others based on their perceived credibility of you. I cannot tell you, I can't and will not, as I speak, even if you are my relation, take you to know, and I know you are not credible, and tell people to refer you to people to employ you, or do all kinds of favor to you. It's not possible. Because if you go there, you mess yourself up. It will be a boomerang on me. After all, you are the one that referred them to you. Don't you know that this person is a criminal? Look at what he's done. I'm not right at this my age. I have more important things to sort out in life. But when the people see you as pristine, crystal clear, you will move. Okay, now, from telling don't do business to Nigerians to manage to do business with me, now than telling me to go to other countries and see whether I can survey and get business. We will soon go into that one. That is life. And the one thing is that in Nigeria, every Nigerian is a suspect. If you're able to jump out of the box of being a suspect in Nigeria, the sky is your limit. Like that same people in Fresno I was buying products for, the day I visited them, their money, the owner of the company said, can I call one of Nigerians that used to come and buy vaccines from us? He works in one of the farms, a poultry farm around. California is a poultry belt in America. I said, call him. So he called one Samson from the Edo State. Oh, if you see the way these people talks good of you, at least for once, I'm proud I'm a Nigerian, because the reports we get that Nigerians are criminals. But these people talk very good of you. That is, you see that this is your name. Good name is better than gold. Good name is better than gold. Try to clean your name, make your name to be as pristinely, as sprightly, as brightly as possible. It will take you far. I think on this note, we'll go to the last slide, and then it's a very short our conclusion, and then we'll make our comment. Somebody will make comments, and then we'll go to the comment box and see whether somebody has dropped anything for us to look at. If not, we will. I think I will say go to the comment board, and see whether anybody has dropped any comment for us. So for us to look at. Then and then the last is that you can deny yourself anything, please, 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 but not credibility. Credibility markets you. And where it takes you, like where it has taken me, for example, can you beat it that a white man can give you 28,000 pounds to 30,000 pounds credit? Can you beat a white man who see a Nigerian and give him credit? Many Nigerians have been given credit, and that is one thing happened with that guy with the jokers. It happened with Channel too. As we speak now, there's no veterinary company. I have tried. There's no veterinary company in Republic of Ireland that will do business with Nigeria because of Biomeda and Channel. The experiences these two companies had with Nigerians. When I went to Czech, I think 2013 for World Veterinary Conference, I saw Biomeda. Immediately I heard, they said they're in Kenya, but they will not be in Nigeria. I asked them why, but I know why, but I asked them. Channel, they will not. and they have good products because of experiences they've had. I've seen a vet who collected money from a company he was representing in Kano and used it to travel abroad. Many people have done that. And where did he take them to? And when nurses decide to catch up with you, don't think you are smart. Don't think you can cheat. Who cheats will be cheated naturally. And I have said it, and I said it the other time, that shortcut can only lead you to short life process. Shortcut can only lead you to short life process. So on this note, I will tell Abose to mute himself and then ask him to check the YouTube. If there's any comment or question, then we'll deal with it. But if there's not, then we'll end the process. We'll end the YouTube process and then we'll continue the way we normally do. So do you any comment? Abbas, any comment? Yeah, I think there's no comment.
No, I'm also checking. There's no comment there.
Yeah, there's no comment there. Okay. So do you have your own comment so we can move on? After your comment, then we'll move on.
Yes. Thank you very much, sir, for the excellent presentation and knowledge impacted. Just like you said in the presentation, credibility matters a lot. Credibility matters a lot. And, sharing from how that when you started with a particular company, even when you were poor, that you didn't even have any money at all, you still maintained credibility. And that's one thing many people don't seem to understand, that a lot of people use the gains of today to destroy the profits of tomorrow. So many people are unable to deny themselves of that immediate, there's an English word that I can't remember now. Yeah, immediate gratification. And by so doing, they actually destroy what they can get for themselves in the future. I remember an example of a particular vet that started out with, I think one governor's relative like that. And, as at that time, the person wasn't paying so much, but he maintained that credibility with him. And by the time the man got into the government house, he brought the vet along with him into the government house. So, and I was just imagining if at the time when it didn't even look like anything good would come out of it, if the guy had messed up, by the time the person got into the government house, he wouldn't have even remembered him at all. So just like everything you said, these are actually very vital key points for us as professionals and for every person anyway, to always maintain credibility no matter. It's just like the Bible also says that he that is faithful in little be faithful in much more. So regardless of whether it is little or much, we must always maintain our credibility at all times. Thank you very much, sir, for those.
Yeah, you made a start statement. The gains of today, people use it to destroy the profit of tomorrow. This is a start point. And there were those who will watch it in YouTube will see that we are not joking here. The next one, I think, will be creativity. And I'll look at it. There are 8 C's we're going to deal with. Today we're dealing with credibility. Next time we do with creativity. creativity. How do I put it? Creativity. We deal with creativity. So, sorry, I have some choke right inside my throat. So that is it. Let's continue on this drive and get the best out of us. On this note, I think